So I finished the movie. What's it called? Under the Silver Lake. It redeems itself to a large degree. I would put it up there with Spike Lee's Her. It's not as good because it's not as concise, but it's pretty good. Unfortunately, the worst part is that it leaves you with such a negative message, really. And I don't mind negative messages, but they should still be. It should have been more fun, if I may put it that way. Again, I'll bring up A Clockwork Orange. As negative and nasty as it was, it has fun anyways. And you have to. And how do you define fun? What is that? Perhaps memorable scenes. For example, why does the movie Justice League, suck? This is just a good, obvious example. Well, it occurs to me there are no memorable, great scenes. For example, Superman 2. Everybody remembers so many scenes from that movie. For example, when Superman kneels and crushes Zod's fingers. There aren't any scenes like that in Justice League. There are many memorable scenes in Clockwork Orange. When the Lone Ranger theme is playing and he's banging the two girls in quick time. Okay, those are memorable scenes. There's a lot of memorable scenes in Clockwork Orange. There are not a lot of scenes in this movie where you're just blown away. So that's one reason why it's not okay for it to be such a downer of a movie. It's got great ideas. The execution of the ideas in terms of writing is not very good. He's a great filmmaker. He's a great cinematographer. Whoever his cinematographer is great. The scenes are organized well, but there's no meat in any of the scenes. In terms of just a great scene. I might say the same about the movie Her. Her is better because it's more concise, because that's a different subject. I'll get to that. But Her also just left me feeling so empty by the time it was over. And I don't think there's any memorable scenes in that. Because I finished this movie thinking, is my writing that negative? Would my writing really leave people empty the way this movie's left me? And I don't think so, and I think the reason is that I think I have more memorable scenes in my stories. I hope so. I would hate to think that I'm that much of a downer in my writing. Now, one of the reasons this movie does not have as many memorable scenes as my work has is that my writing's more concise, just like Spike Jonze. Have I been saying Spike Lee? Her by Spike Jonze. It's just a very concise story, and when you do that, it's easier to have memorable scenes. However, Spike Jonze, I can't remember any individual scenes in the movie Her, except for when she breaks the bad news to him at the very end, or when they get the girl to come and they do a three-way, but that's not memorable in a good way. That's just an ugly scene. But I think this movie's amazing compared to other movies. I just wish it had ended on something of a positive, because it's not impossible. Okay, a spoiler here, so just stop. Okay, spoiler is what the whole story is. The whole story, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what's going on with the dog thing. There's a dog subplot that I don't see how that really relates. Oh, he's a murderer because he lost his dog, so now he goes around killing. But it doesn't really tie into the main plot. The main plot is that women are being seduced by Hollywood like lambs to the killing, like sheep to the slaughter, cows to the slaughter. And it's done through the analogy of worshipping old men as gods or something. Again, even that's hard to pin down. I can't give the synopsis that easily. It's kind of ironic that for all of the complexity of this movie, I'm pretty sure exactly how I feel about it right after I viewed it, unlike some other movies. It's very good, but it's just so damn negative. And maybe I hate to think that's me. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's my writing. But I mean, it's almost like watching a movie about the life of a porn star. It would be just so depressing. Like I feel empty now. I feel like the movie just spent 2.5 hours telling me how shitty the world is. And I kind of believe it because I spent 2.5 hours in that world. And I'm going to have to spend, 15 minutes to forget about it. And I'll never want to watch it again. Kind of like Requiem for a Dream, which was a great movie, but a movie you never want to watch again. I mean, it's possible to have negative subjects, but to be beautiful, which is done through, according to my art theory, which you might want to check out, it's done through complex form. That doesn't mean complex plot. The plot can be simple, but there has to be something complex in the structure, not the plot. Because in this case, for all the complexity of the plot, structurally, it's just him wandering around from one slut party to the next, and one asshole to the next, and him being an asshole the whole time. Which is not to say that there's no beauty in this. There is beauty. It's a beautiful idea. I just think it wasn't executed nearly as well as it could have been. But what would I give it out of 10? Probably like if I would give 2001 a 10 out of 10, and I would give what's a movie I hate? An Adam Sandler movie a 2 out of 10. I'd give this a 7 out of 10. Yeah, okay? So that's all for now. Okay, bye. If you support gays, click like. If you respect blacks, comment. If you think women are people too, click the notification bell. And if you care about sick children, subscribe. Maybe part of the problem is, as I've always believed, art is supposed to ask questions, not answer them. And this movie answers questions in terms of just saying, yeah, that's true, life sucks. Hollywood is shit. Maybe it would be better if they just brought up the question, like, could Hollywood be shit? And contrasted it with, could life be beautiful? Like, what would be the opposite contrast to Hollywood? You can't paint a painting just in black. You have to have shades. You have to have contrasts. Maybe that's what it is.